Hi everybody, it's me, Jackie Arment. I'm back again with another spooky craft video. Today we are going to be working on the invitations for our vintage Halloween party. I need to start kind of handing them out, so that's what we're going to work on today. The contents of which are something I saw on Pinterest. They are these little cloth bags with these old vintage Halloween greeting cards iron transferred on to them, and then they're like filled with candy. And then of course the invitation that I made on Photoshop, which I'll show you in a minute, that looks very vintage, is gonna go into that. So that's what we're gonna do. It is kind of a quick craft, doesn't take very long, but you know, like I said, I need to get these out. It is officially October now, if you couldn't tell from our Halloween stuff here. It is spooky season and I am super excited. But yeah, before we get going, of course, I would like to say, if this is the kind of content you like, if you like crafts, you like tutorials, you like costuming, and you like even like spooky recipes, or just anything in general all around spooky, that you would give this video a thumbs up, and you would also hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to ring the bell so you can be notified anytime I post a new video. It is Halloween all year long here, not just in October, so if you like that, then stay with us because it is a lot of spooky fun on this channel. Also, if you would like to support this channel in a little more personal way, I have a Patreon. Patrons get rewards like eligibility into monthly giveaways, of which are things that I make on this channel. There are other rewards like discounts to my Etsy shop, and even the chance to be a part of a live stream of our Halloween party. So if you watch this video and you've watched some of my other videos of me getting ready for our vintage Halloween party, and that seems like something really cool that you kind of want to be a part of, you can. So if that's of interest to you, then head on down to patreon.com/JackieArment and think about giving a little bit of support. Even the smallest tier, it's only $3 a month. It's just like buying me a cup of coffee. Not that big of a deal. But yeah, other than that, I guess without further ado, we'll just go ahead and get into the video. So let's go. Hi guys, we're on the floor in the craft room right now. I'm going to show you kind of like the materials I'm using for this project in case you want to do this at home for your vintage Halloween party. So basically what we need for this is you need some little cloth bags. You could probably find these at a craft store or something like that. I just bought them on Amazon because they came in like a huge pack. That way, you know, if I messed up, I would have some extra, because that's probably going to happen usually with me. And then you're going to need some like t-shirt transfer paper. I'm using the dark kind, but they have one for light fabric. It doesn't really matter. I just already had this, so that's why I'm using this. The only difference between them, if you've never used it before, is dark is only for dark fabrics because it allows whatever you print out that's white to actually show up white. Using light fabric, t-shirt transfer paper, makes the white disappear. So I'm just using this because it's what I have. But, you know, you can use the dark on light fabric, but I wouldn't recommend using the light on dark fabric. And then also the other difference is that when you print out your designs, if you're using the light fabric one, you have to invert the image to make it look like the mirror image, because when you put it on to transfer it, you usually put it upside down, like face down on the stuff to iron it on. But with the black, you don't do that. With the black, you put it face up to iron it. So because I'm using the dark, I printed my images the right way. But if you're doing it light, you've got to flip it. And usually there's instructions in your packet of transfer paper, which I just got at Walmart. So It's super inexpensive. But and then I printed out my images that I got. There was like some spooky Halloween greeting cards that I found online on Google. And I just printed, I was able to get like 4 on a page, which I'm going to cut them out. So, and then obviously you need an iron. And I'm using a towel as like kind of a surface to put the bag on, because it's a little more smoother than my carpet. You can do it on any surface that is, you know, heat resistant, but I'm just going to use the floor. It's the easiest way to do it. So yeah, basically all there is to it is you cut out your image and then you line it, like there's a peel, at least on this kind, there's kind, you peel the back off. And then you know, lay it exactly where you want it on the thing. And then you take this kind of tissue paper that they give you in there and lay it on top. And then you gently iron it, always moving the iron on like the lowest setting, I think. And you don't want to use steam. And then it just irons on there. And that's pretty much what I'm going to do for all these bags. And then, you know, we'll get on to the next part, which is all of the candy that I put in there. And the invitations too. So yeah, we'll get to going with this. And I'll see you for the next step. Okay.
Eventually. One eternity later.
Okay, so our bags are done. They look really good. You know, I just kind of sat here and did them. I'm probably got a little bit more to go, but as for the sake of the video, we're done with these. So basically what I'm going to put in these bags, I'm going to put the invitations in. So I made these little invitations on Photoshop. I'll probably put these on my Etsy shop, a like editable digital one that you can customize. That will probably be on my Etsy shop in case you want it. I've got these little vintage cat looking goodie bags that I actually found at a Halloween store. this year, Halloween Express this year. So I'm sure you could probably find something online or just any like Halloween-y generic bag would work. And I'm gonna fill it with candy. Now the candy I bought, I kind of tried to go in a vintage feel direction with the candy. So I got the Child's Play stuff. It's like a lot of Tootsie Rolls and Tootsie Roll Pops and stuff like that, which is kind of, you know, vintage feel. I, of course, have candy corn. And these lollipops that I got at Party City. They have different colors, so I got a black and an orange one. And basically, I'll show you what one of the finished ones looks like. So here's the little bag. And, you know, we've got the bag in here. We've got the invitation tucked in the back. And these little lollipops are like tied to the goodie bag, so they're kind of sticking out, which is kind of what I wanted. And then I just kind of pulled the drawstring just a bit. I didn't want to do too much because I don't want to like fold the invitation too much, but that's what the finished product looks like, so we're gonna make that. I also thought, you know, while I'm sitting here making some candy bags, that I would talk about my thoughts on Hocus Pocus 2. I don't know if any of you guys really care about my opinions or not, but I feel like I have made enough Hocus Pocus content on this channel to voice my opinion. And I mean, if you don't want to hear it, you can always fast forward until we're done. But so before I get on into that, basically I found when I did this test bag that the best thing to do is to put your treat bag in this bag before you fill it up with candy, because I overfilled the bag at first and it wouldn't fit. So I found putting it inside here helps you not actually accidentally overfill it. But anyway, so Hocus Pocus 2. I loved it. I know there was a lot of polarizing stuff on the internet when it came out. There was a lot of people who hated it, thought it was dumb, it was really mad or whatever. And, you know, the way I feel about it is, you know, you're never going to check everybody's boxes. When they make sequels like this, you know, they can do the best that they possibly can and put as much love into it. But not everybody's going to be satisfied. There's going to be a lot of people who are, in fact, disappointed. And there's just no way to, literally no way to please every single person. So I felt like they did a really good job. We've had some really crappy sequels, Disney sequels before, and I felt like this one had, you know, it was good. Do I think it was better than the original? No. Did I want it to be? No. I didn't. Oh, I forgot. Also, going into these is some candy that I bought on Oriental Trading, which I can leave a link to. It is a really huge bag of chocolate, but it's like these little kind of vintage looking chocolates. There's like little eyeballs. There's like little chocolate faces, werewolves, vampires. There's peanut butter cups in here. I thought these would be cute too, and then I'd add some chocolate to everything. But anyways, totally forgot about that. But I'll leave a link to those. It is a huge, huge, huge bag. And when I say huge bag, I mean it is huge. But we're gonna have some of it probably out in bowls at the party, so I'm not that worried about having too much of it. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so moving on. Yeah, I didn't want it to be better than the original. I love the original. It is, you know, a movie that is just near and dear to my heart. It's very nostalgic for me. It's one of those movies that really puts me in the Halloween spirit every single year. And so, no, I didn't want it to be better than the original at all. So the fact that it wasn't, I'm okay with that. Things I loved about it, the little girls at the beginning who play the Sanderson sisters, like the younger Sanderson sisters, they were so cute. They were like adorable. They did such a good job at like doing their mannerisms, and that was just so cute. And I couldn't get enough of that. And if they ever decided to do like a Hocus Pocus 3 and do me like a prequel with those girls, I would watch it, 100% watch it, because it was stinking adorable, and they were just like really, really great. I loved the 3 actresses that were in it that kind of played the girls who were kind of like accidentally liked the Black Flame Candle, and then like the protagonists to the witches' antagonists. They did a really good job. I liked them. I felt like they had really good chemistry. I also, speaking of chemistry, you know, Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy they just went right back into it, man. It was like no time had passed or anything. Their chemistry is just spot on, and it still was. It was great. They were really, really, really good. Obviously, Doug Jones as Billy Butcherson was amazing. We get talking Billy in this one, so we get a lot of Billy talking a lot. He comes out of the grave talking, and that was great. He was full of sass, and I absolutely loved it. But then again, also like whatever Doug Jones touches is like just wonderful. And the scene. So I gotta say, so we of course had another musical number by Bette Midler and the girls, and it was like, so, you know, I didn't think they could top I Put a Spell on You. That is like an iconic scene. It makes Hocus Pocus is like the best part of the whole movie. And they got pretty damn close, let me say. If you have any doubts about this movie, just look up on YouTube or somewhere Hocus Pocus 2, one way or another scene. And I'm telling you, I wanted to get up and dance. My inner child was like grinning from ear to ear when I first saw that scene. I felt like I was a little girl again, watching the first Hocus Pocus for the first time and watching when he get up there and sing I Put a Spell on You. It was that good. It was really good. Like, that scene, I could watch it a million times. I've been listening to it on Spotify, like on repeat, and dancing to it. It was just amazing. So yeah, if you have any doubts, just watch that scene, and it was great. But there was good comedy in it. There was like callbacks to the original without being too much and like too fan servicey. It was like just the right amount. The new characters were all great. I loved them. The ending too was like amazing. I won't tell you what the ending was because I don't want to spoil it, because that is one thing I definitely don't want to spoil. But I got some choked up and like almost cried. It was really good. A nice send-off for the Sanderson sisters, and it was just like, yeah, I got a little bit teary-eyed. So are you happy, Disney? But yeah, it was really, really good. So, you know, from one Hocus Pocus fan to another, I loved it. You know, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, did you like it? I mean, I know there's a lot of fans out there who just really didn't. And I mean, if you didn't, that's fine. Like, you're entitled to that opinion. And I'd be interested to know why. I think some people complained that, you know, there were some cheesy moments or, you know, whatever you call cringe-worthy moments, but... And maybe there was a couple, but, you know, for me, I don't care about that because I like cheesy stuff. So for me, it didn't bother me because I like that stuff. But anyway, yeah, there was like some good comedy. Like I actually laughed out loud a lot of times. It was really good, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I have watched it already like 3 or 4 times since Saturday night, which is when we watched it. We had a Hocus Pocus like premiere party. We had like a big projector up, a big projector screen, and all of that stuff up. And we had a bunch of friends over, and we watched it like, you know, like a movie theater premiere. And it was really fun. Which I have pictures of that are on my Instagram and my TikTok, so you can check that out if you want to kind of like see some of the stuff. And like the more I watch it, the more I like it. The more like little things I pick up and notice and appreciate. There's like lots of little like hidden things in there that I didn't see the first time when I watched it. Like I don't know. I can tell just like some love went into this movie. Whoever wrote it definitely loved the original, and it shows. You can tell, but at least I could tell. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought. And you know, obviously, I will always love the first one more. It holds, like I said, holds a special place in my heart, and will always. And it will always be my most loved Halloween movie, I think. But this was a good compliment to it. I think it complemented the original one very well. It was a good sequel, and I will be adding it to my Halloween list of movies to watch. Probably, I mean, we always have kind of like a special day we watch Hocus Pocus. We usually watch it kind of like a week before Halloween, and we invite people to come over and carve pumpkins with us in the middle of the day, and then I make some chili and we watch Hocus Pocus, and it's like a big thing. And I will probably add it. We will probably have a double feature now from now on. We'll watch Hocus Pocus and then we'll watch the second one. So anyway, yeah, those are my thoughts. And if you have any other thoughts about it, you know, tell me in the comments. Like, let me know what you thought, or you know, if there's anything else you wondered what I thought about the movie, ask me. But anyway, so like as I was doing this, one thing I noticed that was helpful, if you guys ever make this too, is when I crisscross these lollipops, I kind of used a little bit of tape to tape them together, and that seemed to help out with them not like coming out so easily. And then I tied some like little ribbon around, which this, I guess it's not ribbon, it's like rope. It's like decorative rope. I got it at Michael's a couple of years ago, but I'm sure they have stuff like this every year. But it's just like black and orange and some like gold in there. It's cute. It's just some Halloween-y string or whatever. I felt like that was kind of vintage looking. But you could use Halloween ribbon or whatever you want. So like, if you can see, I like tied it onto the bag, which the bag comes with the little twist ties, but I closed the bag with that and then tied the lollipops on with the rope. And then just slipped this invitation in the back, drawstring it. And there we go. We have a cute little vintage Halloween bag that doubles as an invitation. And I think these are really cute. And I like this because I feel like then the person can keep the bag for whatever they want, because it's a cloth bag. Yeah, I think it's just, I like it. So anyways, all right, gotta make about, you know, I don't know, a whole bunch more. So okay, better get to it.
One eternity later.
we're done. I know this was kind of a short video, but there wasn't a whole lot to this. I mean, the biggest part was ironing on the images on the bags, and you know, filling with candy is kind of like, you just do that any way that you want to do it. But yeah, they turned out really cute. The graphics are like kind of like creepy cute, and then with the little lollipops sticking out the top, it just makes it like, I don't know, super adorable. And then of course the invitations in there in the back behind the candy bag, and those bags that I found with like the kind of bestial looking cat on it was like just perfect. But yeah, I think they turned out really cute. They're very vintage Halloween, which is appropriate. And yeah, like I said, those bags are cute, and like my guests can keep them and do something with them. I kind of always like invitations like that. But yeah, I think they turned out really cute, and it is a relief to have them done this early in October. A lot of times I struggle with getting them done as soon as I want to, so there's that. But yeah, they're great. I love them. I hope my guests love them too. And yeah, that's about it for this video. If you stayed to the end and you watched it all, then of course, and if you liked it, then please give it a thumbs up. And of course, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell so you can be notified anytime I post a new video. As far as new videos go, I've got another little craft that I'm doing for this Halloween party that will probably come up next. It will be like up very soon after this video. It's another kind of little short craft that I want to get up, and then after that will be the final video of the Sarah Sanderson costume. So part 3. It will be the makeup tutorial and the just finale of the costume. And me and my husband's kind of like photo shoot that we do every year of our costumes for our Halloween cards. So you'll get to see my husband's like finished costume too, his Billy Butcherson, which has turned out pretty cool. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. I kind of got to test my costume out like this past Saturday, which, I mean, when I'm recording this, Saturday was the 1st of October, where we had a premiere watch party for Hocus Pocus 2, which I kind of mentioned earlier in this video. And it was great. It was really fun. And I got to kind of test my costume out and see how it held up, and it did really great. I think there's only a few little things I got to tweak with it before it's like completely done, but it's pretty much done, and I'm very happy with it, and you'll get to see it soon. So I'm excited to show you guys. So yeah, look forward to that for upcoming videos. And other than that, I will leave links to my social media in the description of this video, my Instagram and TikTok, where a lot of spooky content is, things that don't make it here on YouTube, like the watch party that we did for Hocus Pocus. You can see images of that. There's a TikTok of that. So you can kind of see how that turned out, which ended up being really fun. You can see how I make some of the prop potions that I make on Etsy. On my TikTok too. And speaking of that, I will also leave a link to my Etsy shop, of course, in the description of this video. Again, if you're looking to get something for Halloween, put your order in now, because it won't be but maybe like 2 weeks from when I'm shooting this, where I'll put my shop on vacation. So I think like the last 2 weeks of October, my shop will be on vacation, and I will not be taking any more orders for the spooky season until after spooky season is over. I've just got a lot going on, our party, a wedding. So yeah, so if you want your stuff, you want some spooky stuff for October for Halloween, then put those orders in now. I think a lot of people mostly did it in September, which was really helpful for me. So there's that. Anyway, other than that, of course, always think about supporting me on Patreon if you want to. Like I said at the beginning of this video, patrons can earn a lot of rewards. There's lots of cool stuff. One of those does include being a part of our the live stream of our Halloween party this year. So I'm really excited about that you guys kind of get to be a part of it in a way, instead of just hearing the aftermath of like how it went, which, I mean, I will always post a video of that, but you know, And you also get a chance to get an invitation in the mail. So if that sounds fun, you know, think about supporting me on Patreon. I'm also trying to come up with some videos that could be Patreon only. We'll see depending on how busy this spooky season gets for me. But yep, that's pretty much it. Oh, and if you are thinking about, if you're looking for something to do that is also spooky in between my videos, I have 2 books on Amazon. One is a zombie romance and one is a vampire adventure story. They are both available as paperback and Kindle versions. And you can read a little bit of the Kindle version if you want to see if it's your thing or not. They're very good for spooky season, I will say. And I'm also in the works of a 3rd book right now, which there's a sneak peek of that, like 1 chapter on my author website, which I will also leave a link to. And it is about a young woman who is possessed by a demon. So that one's coming along. I think next month, after spooky stuff is over, I will really delve into writing more of that. So, and I'm kind of hoping to get another sneak peek of it out too, like another little chapter tease for that book. So yeah, look forward to that if you are a fan of my books, if you've read any of them. But anyway, other than that, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I guess you guys just, you know, stay spooky, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!